share a little word coming out of the book of Genesis, the 9th chapter, the 14th verse. This is right after the flood took place. After God decided to bring forth a flood, actually to destroy all things, and then gave Noah a vision beforehand to actually build an ark and to save two of every animal and so forth. So after Noah built the ark and the ark sailed and so forth, and they came back to dry land, God, these are some things that God said to Noah. Chapter number 9, Genesis 14. He says, "It shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth, that a rainbow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. The rainbow shall be in the cloud, and I will look on it to remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth." And God said to Noah, "This is the sign of my covenant, which I have everlasting established between me, you, and all flesh." So, after the flood, every time now around the entire world, every time when it rains really heavy, when a lot of rain, when it's pouring down raining, at the end of the rain, God brings forth a symbol. You can see it in the clouds, a rainbow. That's the symbol that God said that this is a assurance that when you see heavy rain, that the world is not about to be judged, that he's not bringing forth judgment at that time. So the covenant was that he would not destroy the world again by flood. It would not happen that way. So the shocking thing right after that, right after God established a covenant with man and all flesh, that the world would no longer be destroyed again by flood, this is what happened right after that. So I just read from Genesis chapter 9, verse 14 to 17. Now this is what happened, verse 18. Okay. It says, "Now the sons of Noah who went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth was repopulated. Now Noah began to be a farmer, and he planted a vineyard. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk, and became uncovered in his tent." So right after God brought forth a covenant, right after God saved man and did not allow mankind to be completely wiped out due to a flood, right after that, the man that God saved, Noah, after he felt safe, after he felt cool, what he did is he became a farmer, growing crop and so forth, and part of the crop over time, because time has elapsed there, over time what happened was he began to drink wine from what you would call the fruit of the vine. Like let's say for instance, grapes and so forth. As that stuff, becomes fermented, you can actually drink it and get drunk. So Noah actually got drunk after the covenant was established. Okay, so when Noah got drunk, here's what happened. Then he drank of the wine. Okay, I'm at verse number 21, chapter 9 of Genesis. Then he drank of the wine, and he was drunk, and became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. Now, right afterwards, as Noah was drunk, the Bible says that Ham saw his father drunk and saw his father naked. Now, this verse is very, it's a lot of controversy on what took place as far as him seeing his father drunk and naked. Some people say, or some scholars say, when he saw his father drunk and naked, that he actually did something to his father in a sexual manner. Some other scholars say that when he saw his father drunk, what he did was he raped his mother. That's what some other scholars say. So they come up with different things. So this is a very debated verse. Some other people say that when he raped his mother, Canaan was was the product of that rape that was going on with his mom. That's what some scholars say. So I'm just giving you what different scholars say. I would say none of this is completely proven what actually happened, but these are what different scholars say. Some other scholars say that the only thing that took place was he saw his father vulnerable, drunk, and naked, and he saw it and he mocked him. He just made fun of his father being drunk and naked. That's what some other scholars say. So we got three different things that different scholars say. Okay, however, I'm just going to read you what the scriptures say. Okay, I'm going to start back at verse 21. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk and became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. But, now, there's something that went on here. He said that Ham told his brothers, and then this is how his brother handled it. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. So Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him. Now, because of this particular verse, this is where some other scholars say there was something that Ham done to Noah. It does not fully describe what was done to Noah. However, there's some other scholars say that when Ham partook in seeing his father's nakedness, it went past seeing him naked. So let's say, for instance, some other scholars describe it as uncovering his nakedness. Now, what that means as uncovering his nakedness is he's naked, but his nakedness became uncovered. Now, what that means is when someone is naked, let's say, for instance, I'm going to get a little graphic here. Let's say, for instance, a woman is naked. That's her nakedness. So you see a woman's naked. However, to uncover her nakedness, even though she's already naked, To uncover her nakedness would be to indulge in what's naked. So let's say, though, this is the woman's, I'm being a little graphic. This is the woman's vagina. It's naked. To uncover the nakedness would be to open up the woman's vagina. That will be uncovering her nakedness. A man is naked. To uncover his nakedness, this, be a little graphic here. This is his anus. To uncover his nakedness would be to partake in his anus. That would be uncovering the nakedness. So there's scholars that say that Ham uncovered his nakedness, and that's what Noah saw was done to him when he woke up. Me personally, I kind of believe a little bit of each of those scholars. Now, Ham, when he saw it, some people say, okay, well, he could have just seen him naked, and he could have covered him up. But I personally believe that there was something else done here, and the main reason why I believe that there was something else done here, along with other scholars, I'm not a scholar, is it says here, so Noah awoke from his wine, and he knew what his younger son had done to him. So Noah knew something was not the same about him when he woke up from being drunk. Then he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants. He shall be to his brethren. And he said, blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. And it's a lot going on in those verses there. Ham